Okay, I think I might have got it. Have I got it? Fingers crossed. Yeah, I'm experiencing some really bad weather difficulties here. It's snowing a lot at the moment, and I do apologize for that. And I hope you can see me. I'm just gonna lean over and check my iPad to see if I've actually got anything coming up there. There you go. Hopefully something's gonna happen. I hope it does anyway. So there we go. What a funny day. What a funny day for playing in the snow. So I hope we're going to get ahead with this and actually get some questions done. I'm just checking the chat at the moment. So hi all. I think I've done it. Yay. Okay, I'm here. Good. Thanks for that. Okay, so we've got things up and running. How long this stream is going to keep up, I do not know, because it is snowing here, so cold. I've got icicles on my icicles, and it's blowing a draft right across the bottom of my feet. So I'm actually sitting right next to a radiator at the moment. I'm hoping that you can hear me okay, and I'm using a new Rode mic, as you can see, the NT USB mic, so I'm hoping that the sound is good. I want to apologize for the problem with the PC at the moment. The quality is not as good as I want it to be. I've been told I've got an old computer. It's a 3rd generation PVC. I mean, not PVC. I'm not wearing PVC. No, I'm not talking about my PVC. I'm not wearing PVC. No, my PC, my personal computer, not my personal underwear. Peace. So, whoa. Okay, and yeah, I got a 3rd generation computer, and I'm told I've got to get at least an i9. So Clive's got to put his hand in his pocket and spend some hard-earned cash. But I want to thank the Patreons for popping along and supporting me for the last couple of years. And I've been I save the money until the beginning of each year, and I put that towards a new equipment. So thank you very much, patrons, for all your support. For as little as $1 a month, or even 60 pence a month, then you can help me improve. So I've got some good news for you, that I've actually got some good news for you. As I said, I got Jane coming in the studio so we can do some a live broadcasting. You might see a little bit of difficulty with the stream because I said it is really bad weather here, so I'm not going to waffle anymore. I'm just going to get on with it. I want to thank you all. Snowing in Bournemouth as well. Hello, Yvonne. I know it's on its way down there, Yvonne, and I tell you what, in Wales it's quite bad at the moment. So I can't type and talk, so just bear with me 1 second. And as I said, I'm just going to go on with the show, and I'm keeping an eye on and monitoring myself as well. I got screens everywhere. I'm getting confused. So let's go on to question number 1. And I got music for everything. I really have. So let's see if we can answer some questions. So Kelly has asked how can I do a tutorial in oils instead of acrylic? Is it the same process, or do I need to adjust? Okay, so well, it's basically the same thing, Kelly. It's just drying time, I think. It's mainly down to drying time. So has anybody else got any input on this? And if you have, just put your answers down in the comments to help Kelly out. Kelly is part of my Clive 5 art family on Facebook. We'll talk a little bit more about that in 1 second. And as I said, I do apologize for this bad stream, but there's nothing I can do about it. No. Yeah, it's basically the same. It's just drying time, Kelly. You just got to adjust your painting style, really, and that's all I can suggest. Pop along to Jason Bowen, or he does a lot of oil painting lessons, and there's other YouTubers out there that do oil painting lessons as well. So just pop along there, and we'll go on to question number 2, I think. Yes. And Jessica says, I put too much calcium carbonate in my gesso. Will it crumble in the future? Jessica, calcium carbonate, basically, if you go back to the days, you know, of old, when they made, right in the medieval times, they used to use rabbit skin glue and chalk. Chalk is basically Italian for calcium carbonate. And as long as you use equal amounts of chalk to fluid, then you're fine. And gesso was originally used on rigid surfaces, you know, rigid panels, like boards like this. You know, they use wood and stuff like that. So, you know, you can put it on really thick. I've actually gessoed this particular canvas with 9 coats of gesso, and you know, it's quite flexible, but I wouldn't like to push it. What I suggest you do is when you put in gesso on canvas, don't put it on too thick. Use thinner coats rather than thick coats, because canvas is very flexible and it will crack. So saying that, let's have a look at this stream and what we got. We've got Artman Hawks, great place. Hello Artman. And we've got Bruce Anderson. Yes, I'm not sure, Bruce, if we've got something of yours coming up shortly. I know Bruce is branching out. He loves his trees at the moment, Bruce, don't you? And Liz says, hi Clive. Hello Liz. And there we go. Let's go down. Yvonne, we've got Vera Campbell. Oil takes forever to dry. Actually, yes, you can use liquid in oils. That'll speed up the process, or do what a lot of artists do, and that's actually put it on top of a radiator. But if you're going to speed up the drying time of oils, why not just use acrylics? Okay, so question number 3. Luma Art asks, will acrylic mix with watercolor paints? Yes, well, of course it will, because acrylic is water-based. You can use it with household emulsion paints. Jason Bowen, hello Jason. Hi Jason. Hi Jason. There we go. Jason. Yeah, you can use it with household emulsion paints. You can use it. Get some pastels. Have you got any pastel chalks there? Have you got any pastel chalks that you've had stuffed in the drawer? If you've got drawers like mine, not my drawers personally, because I don't use PVC. But if you've got drawers with all art equipment stuffed in there, have you got old charcoals, or have you got pastels or anything like that? Crush them up, mix them with a bit of acrylic resin, and make your own paints. Give it a try. Hi Clive, how can I do something to the acrylic while painting BC sometimes, but it doesn't run smoothly? White patches occurs. Thanks, says Sue. I'll get back to that in a second, Sue. But if it sounds like you might need a little bit of flow improver or something with that, but get back to me. Join me in the Clive Art family and text me, and we'll put that up, and we'll see if we can help that out. Okay, so and then we got Bruce says, I told you Bruce you were going to be on here. Hello, can talcum powder be used to thicken paint at a pinch? Well, Bruce, it all depends how big the pinch is. No, you can use talcum powder if you really have to. Talcum powder is just chalk. It is. Think about it. Talcum powder is just chalk. Chalk with perfume in it. I'm just going to check my stream. Chalk with perfume in it. So yeah. There's no reason why you can't. Personally, I wouldn't. I'd get something like a whiting or a chalk or something like that, and you can use plaster of Paris if you want. Plaster of Paris, exactly the same thing. Try not to use it too thickly, or it will crack. But yeah, I suppose you could use it to thicken paint. They put a lot of additives in paint to thicken it up. You can use beeswax, as my friend Jason is. Jay, how are you, Jason? You can use beeswax, and I tell you what I forgot to do is put my light on. You can use beeswax. You can use beeswax to thicken up oil paint. Jason knows all about that, so pop along to Jason Bowen art lessons on YouTube, and he'll fill you in on that. Is it okay to mix acrylic with oil paints without adding linseed oils and water? I have done this, and it tends to dry all. You can't mix acrylics with oils, Ruth. You can paint oils on top of acrylics. You can't paint acrylics on top of oils. You can't mix acrylics with oil paints, because water and oil do not mix. You've got water mixable oils, which are a totally different animal. You can mix water with them, but they've got to be the water mixable oil type. Again, you know, I'm not a great what's the name on oil paints. I don't know a lot about oil paints. Don't know enough about oil paints, in fact. But ask me anything acrylic, and I can help you. Cheryl said, I watched your tutorial on using different additives with paint, and I wanted to learn more about vegetable glycerin. I recently watched over another artist, and he used 50-50 vegetable glycerin and shampoo. I don't know, is that Head and Shoulders maybe? And I don't understand how the painting could hold up long term. Cheryl, it won't hold up long term. You're not supposed to mix anything more than 40%, not even 40% water with acrylics, and the bonds will break down. Vegetable glycerin, this is the stuff you want. This is what they put in food. This is what they put in food, in royal icing, to make the royal icing shiny. They mix this in with, you know, the vaping that people are doing today. Vegetable glycerin is a big part of that. It's not good stuff. It's really sticky stuff. But what you need to do is get a bottle about that size, put some boiled water in there. It's about 100 mils. Get some boiled water. Don't use shampoo, because obvious reasons. It's only to break down the surface tension of the paint of the paint anyway, and it stops the paint from drying out. Acrylic paint dries by evaporation. So what vegetable glycerin does, you add in this, and you only need 3 or 4 drops of this with a pipette into 100 mils of water, and what that does is it stops that water from evaporating so quickly. So you're basically stopping the water evaporating, and that's all retarder does. All the retarder does, it goes into the paint and it stops the moisture leaving the paint quickly. It just slows down that process. And there's loads of tips and hints and tips on. I'm trying to read and talk, it doesn't work. Those are hints and tips on the hints and tips on the channel. Let me just take a drink. I need help. So I'm just going to check the stream. There we go. Okay. Hi Clive, says Sam Lancaster. Hi Clive, what's the tip you would give to a brand new acrylic painters? Sam, paint, paint and paint and paint. It doesn't matter. Don't beat yourself up. Don't worry about what it looks like. Just paint and paint and paint. That's all I try to get across to people. Is I'm not the best artist in the world. Some people say I can't paint, and but I just love to paint, and I love to paint for healing properties as well, because I had a stroke several years ago, a mini TIR stroke. And that's how I got into painting on YouTube, and it's helped me immensely. So as a beginner artist, get the best paintbrushes you can buy. Use a mid-range brush, mid-range price of brushes, a mid-range price of paints. Get some canvas panels, some cardboard. Paint on a back of a cereal packet if you have to. Just paint, and that's all I suggest you do, is paint and watch my lessons. Susan Moore says, do I hold workshops residentially? And I don't even know what question that was. And 7, is this 6 or 7? I've lost track now. No, I don't, unfortunately, Susan, I don't go out. No, I just make videos. And thank you, Bruce. They are wrong. I can paint beautifully. Well, Bruce, I'll be showing you some pictures in a minute, and some of my own personal work. And I'll be showing you some drawings I did many years ago. I have lost, and as I said, if you don't paint regular enough, and just noticed a comment of Jason, if I don't paint regular enough, and if you don't draw nearly every day, then you're going to lose that. Now, I've stopped drawing. I stopped drawing several years ago since I had the stroke, and so I haven't really picked up a pencil or charcoal, and I've lost a lot. So please keep painting. And Jason Bowen, who's your favourite master painter? Says Jason. I reckon it's Turner. So, that's just a private joke. Still having trouble with depth. Can you explain how cool and warm colours help with this? Lala Fifi Tree Lady. What a fantastic name that is. Lala Fifi Tree Lady. I wish I had a name like that, Lala. Well, look out on Monday at 7:30 Greenwich Mean Time, where I will be uploading a lesson of a waterfall painting that I've done, purposely making mistakes along the way to try to explain how depth and distance works with colour and cool and warm colours as well. And yes, so that was a well-placed question on my part, I think. I love your tutorials, Clive. I have learned so much from them, and thank you. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you so much. I will say hi to you in a minute, Joanne. I tell you what, I'll do that now. And I'm actually copying this now, Joanne. I'm pasting it, and then here we go. Hi, Joanne. There we are. I just mentioned you. Please let me know if these things are helping you, because they're trying to. I hope they're helping me. I need as much help as I can possibly get. Catherine says, "I'd like to know what you think of this painting. What does it need? It looks flat to me. I was thinking maybe a bird on a shoreline. Thank you, Catherine. Join us on Facebook. Post that on Facebook. I'm sure everybody's going to help you with that. And will there be Monday lessons will be suitable for beginners, says Pretty Night Girls. Always, always, always suitable for beginners. You can paint anything if you want to put your mind to it. Just have a go. Don't be afraid. Don't stand back and think that you can't do something. Don't let people say that rules are rules, and art, you should follow all these rules of art and you should do all this type of stuff. Just do what you want. Don't be constrained by what people do and say to you. Just paint for yourself. And most of us are just hobbyist artists. We're not going to be professionals, are we, Jason? We're not going to paint the Turners and the Monets and the Renoirs. We're not going to be famous artists. We're just going to be artists in our own right. So and we might be famous like Jason Bowen one day. Who knows? We might be. So I'm a beginner in watercolors only. I've been painting for a couple of years. I love the paintings and want to try acrylics, so I appreciate all your help and advice, and I love watching your tutorials. Thank you, Claire Moss. Thank you very much. And try thinning down acrylics like watercolors and using them. The only difference between acrylics and watercolors is the fact that they're not fugitive. They don't fade like watercolors. And the other thing is, once they dry, they dry. They're not like watercolors when you can reactivate them. Yeah, so have fun, try them, and then build yourself up to a slightly thicker paint, and before you know it, you're painting in acrylics. How's that? Okay, let's move on to another question. Ali says, how long did it take you to find your style? I'm still trying to find it. Yes, it left me years ago. I haven't found my style. What is a style in painting? My answer to that, speak for yourself, says Jason. Jason knows everything about style. No. How did I find my style? And I'm still looking for it. My answer to you is this: it's just paint what you like, paint what you want, paint what you feel, paint in the way you want to paint, paint with the mediums you want to paint with. Are you going to be a fluid artist? Are you going to paint with watercolors? Are you going to paint with oils? Are you going to paint with acrylics? Whatever your style is, you will find your style. I love doing pet portraits. I absolutely love. You can see some of the portraits I've got behind me there. That's some of my private work there. There's an iron ore mine there that is not far from my home. This was a miner there with a horse, and there's another miner over there then having a bath. That's the type of thing I like to do. I also like pet portraits as well. So let's just read in a couple of comments. Talking about finding your style. Look at this one. Now, this I would say is quite bad, but that was done many years ago when I was trying to find out how to paint portraits. So I'm just trying to work out how to start the slideshow. There we are. That's when I was trying to work out so paint portraits. You can see it's just a matter of practice and practice, and you get to a point and giving up and putting it down, but keeping some of these paintings for you to look at in the future. And that takes me on to the peacock, which I done last week. So please check the iCards out there, the iCard painting lesson that I did with the peacock. And the week before that, I did a mountain with a cabin, and that was learning the old Bob Ross styles many years ago. It was in the 80s. I used to watch him on PBS, and you know, you got Bill Alexander as well, and Jason again. Jason has done a lot of Bob Ross type of paintings as well, so he's re-inspired me over the last couple of years of knowing him to go back into that. But this is a painting of a Spitfire I did for Amethyst Day a few years ago, length of November. Somebody wanted a Spitfire and a Messerschmitt in the background there. I did that there for them. So again, you know, don't limit yourself by certain styles. You know, it's important that you try and push your boundaries and try and find what you like. Don't stick to just landscapes and things like that, or potted plants and still lifes. Just push yourself. This is a picture I did, a portrait of Tom Jones. Yeah, my name's Tom Jones. It's not unusual, but it is Tom Jones. And again, very Welsh inspired. One of my favourite Welsh singers, in fact. And there's been quite a few over the years. But again, you know, going from the Messerschmitt and a Spitfire to Tom Jones, two different genres all together. You know, and these type of things that I can't do on YouTube because it would take me so long. This is a pencil drawing I done, and any ideas who that is? Yes, I hope you can tell me who this is. So this is a pencil drawing I done, as I said, many years ago. I'm talking a decade ago now, that I was doing a lot of pencil drawing, and this is Amy Winehouse, by the way, if you haven't already guessed. And that was just a pencil sketch that I did, and again, I say sketch, it took me a couple of hours, but I've lost that drawing ability now, in fact. And this is a snow leopard I did in acrylics, and this is, I think it's about 2014, something like that. You can see it's all painted in acrylics. I got the mountain in the background. I'll show you how to do that in the tutorial, the mountain and that, not so much the leopard, because the leopard is a little bit detailed. So again, you know, going from drawings, portraits to Messerschmitts and Spitfires to doing lions and tigers and stuff. And talking about tigers is another one. This is just basically a white on black, and this is a leopard I did. Again, it's very detailed, very simple. You're just using white on black, and maybe I can do a lesson on that. So and this is the mine, as you can see in the background. There we are. I won several awards for this particular painting. I'm just going to have a drink. I won several awards for this particular painting, and it's one of my favorites, in fact, and I've been asked to sell it, and I put it up for sale a couple of times. Yeah, we're suffering a little bit with the stream here. Okay, I lost you for the minute then. And that takes me on to the fish. There we go. Again, it's an underwater scene. So, you know, hopefully that, you know, that just shows you that you can push forward. I'm hoping this stream is okay. Yeah, I have got a bad stream now, so I do apologise. It is the weather for definite. So I'm going to zip on with this. And then getting back to Reese. So without further ado, let's get into www.facebook.com/groups Clive 5 Art Family, and there we are. We've got Bruce up there, and there's Bruce. And not sure this came out and how I wanted, says Bruce. And well, it looks pretty much like it looks around here, Bruce, at the moment. It is very cold, very frosty. It really is cold. And Terry says, I like the way the snowflakes look real, and it's really cold. And you've got that essence. You've got that essence in that painting. It looks cold, and you know, if that's what you need to bring into a painting, I think. So my computer is lagging a little bit, so I do apologize. And anyway, we'll crack on with this, isn't it? Monica Bear, hello Monica. She always comments and leaves me messages and leaves me comments below. And played around with some old paints and modeling paste on the scrap piece of pine. I'm trying to find a creative treatment for the knot hole in the water. Would appreciate your suggestions. There's a knot hole in the water, I can see. Well, you could fill that up with a little bit of polyfiller or some really thick gesso, maybe. That could work. Not really. I don't know anything else you could use on that, actually, besides a little bit of polyfiller or something. So I hope the stream is coming out okay so far. And let's go down to Rhonda Young, black and white on acrylic board, 18 by 24, Deep Thoughts. I like that one. I do. That reminds me of that leopard I just did. That looks, I like black and white. I love black and white paintings. One of my favorite paintings, in fact. And oh, there's my little Molly. There she is. What a wonderful little girl. She's not with me tonight because it is so cold in the studio. It really is. And okay, so we're going to be wrapping up this shortly because of the weather. And I hope that when I get my new computer now, things are going to be a little bit better because the stream is going to be a bit better. I'm going to be working on my internet. And I'm just going to take a time now to say a big thank you to Judy Webster for posting this a lovely painting, acrylic, or a 16 by 12 inch canvas. That is a fantastic warm sky, and you've got the water wheel in the background. I think it's a water wheel or a watermill, I'm not too sure. So say hi all. Hope it's not been too bad tonight. Yeah, I haven't got any help in the studio, so hopefully Jane is going to be joining me in the studio when we go live on a lesson. And when we go live on a lesson, so yeah, she's going to be working this side, so I got a trainer, in fact. So let's just go through. Oh, there's Molly again. There she is. Yeah, you can see I love my dog. She's a wonderful little dog. She's going to be coming in. We're going to have a Molly cam on lives. She's going to be sitting on my lap, and I'm going to have a dedicated camera. So if you want to see Molly, you just ask me and I'll put Molly cam up. So yeah, it's telling me I've got a bad stream. So as I said, this is going to be absolutely fantastic for my wife to play around with when I'm sitting over there not worrying and just painting. So. So I got my new computer coming in next week. Hopefully that's gonna make things a lot better. So Lynn Martin, today's little project, that is wonderful, Lynn, and I can see that you've taken a lot of time and effort into that, and this is what practice is all about. I love black and white photographs as well. Thank you, Cheryl. Yeah, you've just got to keep practicing. You've just got to keep practicing, and you know, you'd be surprised what you can turn out at the end of the day. And nobody knows that better than Jason, because he really tries hard. Don't you, Jason? So on that fantastic note, and we're just going to have a quick flick through. Please join me on www.facebook.com/groups Clive5 Art a Family, and post some things in there. And I want to thank you all for would love to hear or see Jane. We're not going to see her, you will definitely hear her. She's very shy. She is very shy. So we're going to see what we can do. And as I said, next week I'm going to be dedicating most of my time to actually getting the computer and everything perfect. So I just hope that everything's gone better tonight than it did, and I've answered some questions. And hello Rich, nice to meet you, sir. And yeah, I just hope that everything's gone well. So we'll just have a chat, shall we? I'm just gonna switch back. We're gonna have a little chat now. Let me just switch back over to my myself here, and I'm just going to go through the comments very quickly. Bruce says, did my photos get to you? Bruce, no, they actually didn't, Bruce. No, I didn't get them. Send them to my email, clive5art@yahoo.co.uk, clive5art@yahoo.co.uk. I should get them, but bear in mind, I want to explain this to everybody, that I passed 100,000 subscribers on Boxing Day, so thank you very much, and thank you very much for listening to me waffle here in Wales. It's getting really cold here, and yeah, it takes me a little time to get back to my emails, but they are directly to me. So whereas the YouTube comments, I try to respond to every single comment and every single email, and it takes me an age to do that. So Debbie, there is an artist in Australia who has Steve the cat. We love seeing the animals. And oh, does he, Debbie? Steve the cat. So we could have Molly moves in the studio. We could have a little Molly cam. I got a spare camera which I'm going to set up. I can't set up more than one camera at the moment because my computer's too slow. It's a bit like me. It's a dinosaur, but you know, I can remember the Commodore Plus 4s and that, and when I had my first ever computer, I didn't even have a sound card. It had no DVD on it. It had a 500 megabyte hard drive, and that was the top of the range. So, you know, these things are... Please accept my request to join on Facebook group. Yeah, give me a chance. I've got a moderator on Facebook. I've got a moderator on YouTube. Some comments show up, some comments don't, because they've been moderated and making sure that we compile to the community guidelines on YouTube. So, and, you know, we like to keep things happier, and that's the main important thing. So the community guidelines are very, very important, and we make sure that everybody is treated the same. So congratulations on the 100K. Thank you very much, Rick. Yes, I'm waiting for my award. As soon as I get my award, which is a bit of a delay, I think. I don't know what's happening. As soon as I get my award, I will be showing you that. So there we go. Thank you very much. And then that's it. So shall we wrap this up tonight? I think we will, because I am getting a bit cold. So thank you very much for joining me in the studio. Don't forget to click the subscribe button down below there, and over there is the Patron menu, Patron click if you want to click on that and you know, support me. And lesson as normal on Monday. It certainly is. Lesson as normal on Monday at 7:30, where I'll be making mistakes and trying to prevent them from going wrong. So I'll see you then. Bye. Thank you for joining me.